4.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hey Boo. We got Chrissy, the Listen Queen, and Miss Emmy joining us tonight, and Howard. How y'all doing?
I love the way she said, and Howard. Hey, Courtney.
I
How
showed you
did
guys up, and I can't find out where I showed you out at now. Oh, there I found it.
Daddy.
and y'all had a great week? I had a good week. I didn't have to
I
work
did.
that much. Yes, that's good. That's good. So tonight we're going to talk about spirit photography. It's a type of photograph that you catch ghosts with, and that fascinates me because I saw that movie Shutter, and that's an awesome movie. I mean, if y'all want to watch an awesome movie, that's an awesome movie. Hey, Scott, and and sh- and I want a Polaroid. I want to buy me another Polaroid. I got this one, so I guess I can go take shots with it, right, Howard?
Mhm.
I can, huh? Because it
Mhm.
prints it out. Have any of y'all ever like took a shot of something? I mean,
I
to
did
have,
once with some Patron, but that was a different story.
yeah.
Howard.
But the thing is that I mean, that like if you take it on your phone, people can that up, make it look
True.
fake, you know. But if you do it on a Polaroid camera, you catching real evidence. And when I saw that movie, I was like, "Oh my god!" And Howard just turned to me and said, "You want one, don't you?" I said, "Yeah." I'd be like the movie going click, click, click. I'd be wanting to catch it. Say I caught something. Not saying that I never caught nothing. I mean, I caught a lot of stuff on my phone, but I would like to try that. That'd be awesome. What do y'all think about it, Chrissy?
I definitely want to check it out.
I think that it's interesting. I know that there are people. It was basically created by somebody who they still say fraudulently created the photos originally. So the guy who first discovered spirit photography worked as an engraver, and he accidentally discovered it. Is what I've read in a few articles. Hi, Linda. Um, but the thing was he was dating a psychic medium, and she basically helped him look into what was called then spiritualism,
Yeah.
which is, talking to the dead, doing seances, trying to connect to the dead. They did actually try to prosecute him for fraud, but they couldn't never prove what he did. Now there's people who now specialize in photography and who have done, studies on photography that say all he did was the double exposure is what he did. So he was using photo from a glass that would have gone into the actual photo camera back
Hmm.
then, and then he would take another photo with that glass frame in frame. Now,
Wow.
do I believe that? He might have, because let's face it, you've got people nowadays in the paranormal field with all the technology that we have now that try to cheat evidence and falsify and fake things.
Yes.
Does that mean that a spirit can't be captured on photo? No, not at all. A spirit can be captured on photo. I do have a firm belief though that they have to let you catch them. I mean, I don't think that they would. I think they have a choice.
I don't think they have a choice. I don't think they have a choice.
That's why I have an iPhone, but I love using my iPhone to go when we're in an investigation to take pictures.
So I'll tell you why I think they have a choice, Howard. So I was with one of my team members. We were at a cemetery, and he was taking photos. We had just got done investigating, okay? And he was taking photos, and we were standing side by side. He was taking photos of the graveyard and the trees and of, all the
Hmm.
things. And he was like, "Chrissy, you get your photos too, and we'll compare." We always do that. Well, here's the problem.
Hmm.
When I would take the photos, a huge cloud mist was around the dead center of the cemetery. But
Wow.
when he would take the photo, it was clear. And you could see an outline of a shadow figure in his, but not mine. But the very place that it was appearing on his camera, it was a cloud on mine.
Why is
And
that?
again, that's why I say I think spirits choose. If they want you to capture them, they allow it. If they don't want you to capture it, they won't allow it.
No, because that's
Wow.
not. I mean, I think they can be captured without them knowing it. It's just like when I catch Jackie in the shower or on the toilet or in the bedroom or something. I capture tons of pictures of her.
And how do you
off
explain
with
that?
Mars.
How do you explain that? Because we were taking the same photos at the same time, standing shoulder to shoulder, and there was nothing wrong with my camera. Because as soon as we left the cemetery, every photo that we took was alike, and there was no issues.
But okay, but you're short, and you said Jason was taking pictures.
No, a team member.
Oh. I was
A
thinking
team
because
member.
maybe he's taller or something, and the camera would be angled a little bit differently.
No,
So,
no, I would
Maybe
have,
when-
I would
maybe
have
when you also maybe when
Sorry.
you also taking a picture and it just needs to build up enough energy in order for it to show itself. Or you're taking pictures and you're not catching it, but it's still there, but it hasn't built up enough energy to actually capture it.
Or what I'm saying was it was a fog mist and it wasn't there when you weren't taking pictures with my photo, with my
Right.
camera. And that fog mist that was covering up the shadow play was not on his camera.
Kimmy's asking were they flash photos?
Yes. At night. But the cemetery has lights at the front gate and on the sides. But this was further back. I can never catch spirits. They
So
don't.
what would be the difference by taking the flash and not taking the flash?
Well, the premise behind the flash is that when you're taking photos, light can affect the exposure of the photo and how it looks. At the same time, though, so you have to be well. That's not. I wish I had the photos. This was last minute of us deciding this topic. I will hunt those photos down because I know they're in my paranormal research group folder, but there's thousands of photos there.
Mm.
So I will hunt those down and you guys can see the comparison. It had nothing to do with the flash. And there was nothing for the light to bounce and reflect from.
So like when I use my iPhone, I use flash, and sometimes I catch something.
Yeah.
Like I caught that one at him in the cemetery with that face coming through,
Mm-hmm.
and that was
That
a
was-
flash.
Yeah. Sometimes how light reflects and bounces back onto your photo can make it appear as there's things there, I think is what she's probably talking about. But when I tell you it was a mass of fog, there was nothing, it was like it was hiding what we were looking at. It was taking it from his camera, but it wasn't taking it from mine. It was hiding it from mine, but not his.
But let me tell you something about that picture. I tried to debunk it because I'm like, oh my god, so who's wearing lipstick? Right, Jackie don't wear no makeup, especially lipstick, so it crossed me out. And then I went and looked at the other girl. She wasn't wearing no lipstick or nothing like that. I was like, well, we're not wearing lipstick or nothing. It isn't us.
Well, and
And
that's
her
another
teeth
thing.
ain't that white.
Right.
You know, my
And-
teeth.
Maybe Howard's wearing lipstick, and we just
That-
really don't know it.
Maybe he was.
I mean, that could be. Who knows? With him,
maybe
it's
his
hard to
inner
say.
spirit was coming out.
Well,
The
that's
feminine.
another thing. So when you're taking a photo and you got glass in the photo,
The
Uh-huh.
reflection.
you are going to get light refractions from not just the flash, but
Mhm.
any source of light. The sun, a car, street lights, neon signs, any source of light can and does affect the photos that you take when you're taking something that's projected on glass. Does that mean that photos with spirits on it that's taken in a window or whatever is false? No, because you can still capture spirits. But there are things that can affect those photos that may appear to be a spirit when it's not.
Okay, so another thing, when we were in the Rose Garden at that place we
Green
went to,
Dove.
yeah, it was just me and Howard in that Rose Garden, and I was looking I was taking pictures of the roses, and in the window you could see a Confederate man walking in front of me,
A what?
A
Confederate soldier.
Confederate.
Okay.
walking
Okay.
in front of me, and that was in light, and I took it with a flash.
I agree, Tammy. I agree. And I think that sometimes for whatever reason they'll let one person capture them on photo but not the other. That's the only explanation I can
I
come
have
up
to
with.
I have to try and do that like let somebody take pictures and me take pictures and see if we get the same thing.
Right. And we even tried to recreate it on another night and neither one of us caught anything that night.
Wow.
So it's I mean it's paranormal.
Yeah,
You never know.
it's not normal.
It's
But
not normal. It's not.
my thing with the Polaroids, like if you got somebody by you smoking, and the Polaroid, it'll capture like the smoke just right, and people will be like, there's a ghost or a spirit there. So that's the other thing too.
But yeah, but there, there's a lot of smoking on our team where there was, and we never smoked during an investigation. It's
Oh,
always
okay.
after we finish the investigation,
Didn't
we can say,
smoke.
okay, it's time to go smoke. Let's just go and smoke, and we'll come back to what we were doing. So, yeah, we
Good,
don't
good.
smoke
A lot
while
of
we
people
do
aren't
it.
like that, so that's awesome.
I ain't gonna do an investigation and have a cigarette in my mouth. I do everything else with a cigarette in my mouth. I ain't gonna do that with a cigarette in my mouth
Yeah,
because that
Howard.
is tainting evidence. That's like tainting
Yeah.
it, you know.
Yes, very true.
I like the picture of Jessica in the hallway, right? But that ain't taken with a Polaroid, but that was taken with a camera.
I don't think Howard, you didn't send me that one, did you?
The one with Jessica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could send it to you.
Now that was a good capture.
Howard did send multiple photos that we can share and that we can kind of go over. And I think some of the ones he sent is the guy that they accused of fraud, which was William Mumler. He was basically the creator of spirit photography. Let me see.
I would love to catch something like that. I mean, like more than what I caught. That's why I love to take pictures when I'm on an investigation. If I can learn how to work the camera right. That's why I got the thing out so I can learn how to work the camera right, except just using my iPhone and using this, which this catches orbs. I love watching
What
orbs.
is it?
It's a camera.
GoPro?
Yeah,
Oh,
GoPro.
okay.
I got two.
Okay. So we're going to go through all the photos that Howard sent.
I'll put some of the older ones when it was like the turn of the century type.
That's from Mumler,
here.
and he's the one who was accused of fraud. But
Then
You
then
should do
some
the
of them
one.
wasn't that was in there because I looked at different ones, and then I went from that to modern day photos.
and I'm not saying that he was a fraud because his significant other was a medium. And you can channel spirits when you're a medium.
Maybe when you were at the cemetery, they could sense that you were a sensitive, and that's why they were showing themselves to you.
I mean, it's hard to say. Okay, go ahead and share that, Howard.
And that's the one in our home.
Let me see if I can zoom it.
And you
Can't
can
really
see the face there.
Where?
I see it.
If you see that her, and then I sent you another picture of her actual face. That way you can do a comparison.
Can you put them side by side and share it?
No. I'd have had to
Shoot
go.
up and do a screenshot, yeah.
It's
and
like
I'd have to
she
go in
it was
and
like she
swipe
was
them.
looking out the bathroom door, And
Like
that was a
freaking-
good capture. Nobody didn't see that till the other one came in with
We went over the
Angela.
evidence.
No, but I think Angela and the other team caught it.
Another photo. Did you say you sent me Jessica's photo, Howard?
Yeah, it should be right after that one.
I don't see another one. No, because that's
Oh,
not
let me
the
see.
right
Hold on.
one.
Let me find that one. Hold on.
Let me stop sharing. Maybe it's not pulling through because I was sharing. I got it. That's what it was. Okay, so let me share the screen so everybody can see the beautiful Jessica. Let's see. Windows.
But that picture of Jessica is a perfect topic of what we're talking about. Caption goes on
Okay, there you
on
go, Howard.
camera. Yep. That's Jessica.
Okay, so, and then here was the capture at their house. Well, maybe.
I'm just sending you some new ones now.
Hang on.
Oh yeah, and puts the thing behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back to it. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing that was behind me.
Doing a podcast.
That was when you were using the
Jacob's ladder.
Ladder.
Yeah, that's me there. And you can say there's nothing there. You can barely see anything forming. And I didn't even know this was happening behind me. It's because I was wearing that Save Waverly Hills shirt.
Ah! Let's see. Jessica. And there's Jessica in the window.
Yeah.
And then this was what the
Yeah, go back one more and you'll see the other way, the way he was going. There you go. That's the actual photo. And of course, the people's faces are obscured for their privacy. And then the other one is actual behind it. You can see the next one to your left. Go to your left.
the
Click.
one that I just was on.
Yeah. And that's the Myrtles. Yeah, and that's her in their window.
Wow.
Little girl.
Plantation.
Mm-hmm. That's Myrtle's
Wow.
plantation.
I know there was too many people at the Myrtles when we went.
And there's some more Myrtles besides
During
those
the day,
growing up.
I just I felt like somebody watched me from the house. So I kept taking pictures of the windows, and I didn't catch none.
It did, Ernie. See, you might have some more. So, some of the other ones are pretty good because they actually have one that they captured a woman walking down the stairs in the Myrtle plantation through the mirror that's supposed to be haunted. Everybody says it's the glaze behind it. You can see fingerprints and everything on it, but they've changed the glaze a couple of times on it, and it just keeps coming back with those fingerprints.
But look, so you can see this whole body here, correct?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, now look right here. Here's a whole nother face.
Yep.
And here's another face.
Wow.
You can't see the whole body, but you
Right.
can see the two other faces up here. This potentially could be one as well.
Yeah.
But you can definitely see the outfit.
Oh yeah, she's clear as day.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
That's a good capture.
Yes, it was.
Right? Amazing.
It looks like a little girl.
It does.
So
Well,
it
they
must
had
be.
2 little girls that actually died in that house.
Well,
It was
hold
poison.
tight.
So it's
And that's actually
yeah.
and believe it or not, the actual video of that, you can see the eyes, the bridge of the nose, and the lips and everything. But you also see where those 2 little dots are right there. That's one eye, and on the other side is the opposite eye, and you can actually see it blinking
Yeah,
in the
that was
video.
weird. You can actually see that blinking their eyes.
Oh wow.
Wow, he was on a live broadcast.
And that's one photo. That's when it started forming behind me.
And who was taking these photos? Somebody was screenshotting while
Yeah.
you were
Yeah,
live?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a woman that's in the mirror.
Wow,
Oh my
You can s-
God.
that's awesome.
And that's at Myrtle's plantation.
Mm.
That's
That's
one place I
awesome.
definitely want to go.
I wish I was there to take a picture like that.
That's Myrtle's plantation.
Wow, another little kid. You can't fake those.
And that's the photo. If you look, the top photo is see the house, and that's the kitchen, because the kitchen was always separated from the house itself, because it was too hot to cook in the house. And those bottom photos are actually where you see Chloe standing between the buildings.
Yep.
Okay.
They're
Interesting.
right there.
And then there's
You can
another
see the
picture
face
over
right there
here.
to the left.
The one that's over to the right hand side, if you look at 2 circles, the one on the top circle
Up
that's
here.
right there, that's the kid sitting on the roof.
Mm.
What about the one that has the 3? It looks like 3 lines through it. That looks like a person facing like the wall. Yeah, right
Oh,
there.
they have
Yeah,
arrows.
that's Chloe, the slave.
Okay.
She was, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
right there on the arrows, you can see her.
Yeah, that's her. That's her whole body. And
Yeah.
then here you can see him as clear as day. This one seems clearer than this one.
Yeah, but yeah, right. That's just showing you the breaking it down. The top photo is the actual full photo. The bottom one is showing you 2 photos. One is where Chloe's standing in between the buildings, and then you see on the top where that circle is. That's where the 2 little girls are sitting on the roof, and I believe that's the mother that was actually down on the back porch looking for her children.
Wow.
How far is Myrtle Plantation from New Orleans?
About a 3-hour trip, about two and a half, 3-hour trip, depending on stops and stuff.
Okay.
And these are just random pics of captured ghosts that's captured. It's modern day. We call back then it was spirit photography. Today we actually just take photos, and this is the stuff that we get.
And there's no feet.
Exactly.
Wow.
You see from a distance.
That's the from a distance, and then it's
Wow.
blown
There's
up.
close up. There's definitely no feet.
No.
And look how high she appears to be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like she's 7 foot tall.
Right.
But that one looks like the girl at the bottom, the same outfit.
Shoot.
Well, wouldn't it be that time of era? A lot of them had like the same outfits, like the
Maybe.
maids or something.
Yeah. Because you see isn't there a girl down there? With with
Here?
ponytails? Yeah. It looks like the same outfit.
No, that
Yeah, that's one of the stories. Scott is she was the maid that they hung. Actually, she used to wear a turban. The reason why she wore a turban was she was eavesdropping. plantation owners would come in and they would meet at each other's houses and stuff and exchange slaves and stuff like that. Talk about, trades and whatever, selling slaves. One guy might be selling a slave, and Chloe would listen in, and she would let the slaves know what was happening because she worked in the house. She was a house servant, and she was caught. And her punishment for being, doing that was that the owner, the master, cut her ear off. So she was all, she was vain, and because she was vain, she wore a turban to hide her ears.
I know we have to go back there when there's not a lot of people around because they had birthday parties and
This
everything.
one I found fascinating. This is actually, I believe, at a college dorm.
Wow.
Wow.
Somebody-
Almost looks like a priest or something.
And to me, it looks like it might have been another kid wearing a college
A hat. I can see a
shirt.
hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yep, the hat, and yeah, like a university shirt that would say something like maybe
right?
North Carolina or something.
Yeah. Some kind of university shirt.
Hey, what's that up there? Is that an orb? I can't quite tell.
Actually, right above it, it is an orb.
Okay, that's what I thought.
very
Zoom
top.
in again.
Wow.
up
They
there.
call it
Right there, yep.
capture in the
Yep.
orb. Can't fake that.
No, but it could be they're outside, and you also have to think about it's just one picture. See me, I would have to have multiple pictures of that one time. I would
Right.
take that one picture and I'd take in concession, and to see if that orb would be there or not, because it could be missed. It could be something, humidity or something that could be messing with the camera.
It could also be light refraction coming from something
Right.
as well. That's pretty common.
Wow.
Do we know where this was?
No, I don't. But there was actual video that a team member of ours and actually two team members, Andy and Corey, they went to Bogalusa Cemetery, and
That was an awesome video.
that was an awesome catch.
You don't have
They
the
were asking
video?
questions. I couldn't find it. They were actually walking. They were asking questions. They had a voice box type thing going on, and they can hear something screaming. It came through the voice box, and when they turned the camera, because it wasn't just coming through the voice box, it was coming in actual earshot.
Because I was
When they
going to say,
turned-
how do they know when to like just?
Because
Turn,
they
and it was
could
right
actually
there.
hear it. They can hear it coming through the box and behind them. So he turned the camera. When he did, you seen this spirit-like thing. It was actually misty looking, and you could see the legs, arms, and he was holding something, and he was just running and was screaming. Now, and it's a sad story. The actual person that they captured was a guy who went in, and it was a house fire, and he rescued a little infant. They both lost their lives. They succumbed to the smoke and fire. But you can see him. That's what he's still, even in the afterlife, he's actually still trying to, rescue that infant.
Yeah, that was an awesome
And see,
video.
it looks like there's two orbs around that too. A bigger orb and then a small
Yeah,
orb by his butt.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be
And in front of it too. I mean, it looks
Yep.
like
Yeah.
multiple,
a bigger one than a
multiple
small
orbs.
one.
Now that's another show there. I would have to say for y'all, that'd be
Yeah.
orbs. Fact or fiction,
Yeah, because orbs, I'm not saying that orbs can't exist, but the likelihood of both those being orbs is slim.
Why would
True.
that be? I mean,
No, not really, because I got that picture of the house, and it looks like somebody threw a handful of Skittles
Yeah.
in my yard.
I can next time, if we do get into discussion about orbs, one of the places I went to in my hometown, we were using an old camera. This is like 10, 15 years ago. And you can look up and you can see the orbs. Like it's crazy. I'll have to show you guys afterwards.
even on the pro cam, I can catch orbs. I just love watching orbs.
Well, like Howard said,
And I can distribute orbs from flies. You
well, and
know,
it's not just
Yeah.
flies. I mean, you've got dust in the air.
dust. Yeah.
You've got a crap ton of different insects.
Yes.
And for me, a photo does not quantify an orb. I need to see video. I want to see video because I want to see what it does. Because you
Uh-huh.
can tell by the presentation on a video
Yep.
whether it's an insect
Yep.
or not.
Good.
Because you can slow it down and you can look at it.
Yep.
If it's a true orb or spirit, then it's not going to have fluttering, and the pattern of the movement is going to be far different than any bug.
Yep.
But you also got to remember light refraction from anything and everything. And they're taking this photo, and they probably did use a flash. And who's to say just one person was taking photos? So you might get speckles of light from the flash in the
True.
photo. You know what I mean?
Kelly down there, Phoenix Fire, she's actually seen orbs in my house, like during my live streams and stuff like that.
Oh, and I'm not saying that it doesn't
Oh.
that orbs
no.
don't exist, but I'm just saying
A
people
photo is different than a video and stuff.
right. People far too often say, "Oh, it's an orb." Just because it's round and it's light does not make it an orb. It just doesn't. Unless they emit light, I always throw out any orb photos.
Mhm.
See?
Well, I was in Yvette's house, which is his sister-in-law, and caught a clear orb.
Yeah.
I mean,
Photo or video?
photo.
I
Oh, it
just
was a
sent you.
video.
See,
I
here's the
sent
It was a
you.
thing.
video.
I
Take-
sent you.
Take video, because within video, you can take single shots out of that video in photos.
I think it
But if
was a
you have-
video that Gabe made a shot of the orb. He was like, "Wow, look, check this orb out," and he made it like he took a shot of it.
But if you have video, then you have
It was a video.
more concrete evidence than just a photo.
And I just sent you that video that we're talking about with the lipstick
I flew in the
And-
dark.
and the.
I could see
There you go. That's a classic one. I want to send that one to you too. That
for eyes. Let me see.
it's a video and the still, one of the frames that we took out of it.
Let me get back to see. I don't think it's there. We go. Okay, which one are you talking about? This one?
Yeah, that's the video. I just sent you another one. There you go. And that's the distance one.
Okay. That's a photo.
That's a photo. And you can see where I'm standing there. You got the REM pod, and I'm holding I think it's a K2. Might have been a Melreader. I'm not sure. But people were telling me, "Oh, you're picking up stuff," and we was picking up something right there, and that's in the cemetery. That's actually an Indian and a slave cemetery that's located in Lacombe, Louisiana. It's the LaFontaine Cemetery, and I had someone from another network that kept ridiculing me, saying I was standing too close to the REM pod. That's why the REM pod was going off, and that's why my Melreader or K2, whatever it was going off. And you could see I was a good distance away from that. And that thing was strictly, I mean, it was lit up.
And that was after a lightning storm.
Yeah, that was actually that frame was taken right when the lightning struck.
Yeah.
And that's the that's Waverly Hills. That's for Ernie Pack. Ernie, that's for you, brother.
Wow.
That's William. I believe to be William. I just always found that one fascinating.
Okay. So let's move to.
And that's the one where it's blown up. Now you can see where
Yeah.
you can
See,
see
it
where
looks
my
like a
mouth is
woman.
closed.
Yeah, his mouth is closed, and it looks like they're wearing lipstick. And like I said, I ain't gonna be dressed up for no investigation. And the other one surely wasn't dressed up for
She
no
actually
investigation.
passed straight through me because there's another photo. I'm trying to find it where we're like both our faces were merged together.
See, something like this. This is what Jay does. Jay Mac, my husband, because he is a photographer, and
That was
so
a
like
see.
videos he'll try to debunk. Oh,
Hang on.
That's a lightning flash. Boom.
I saw that. Okay.
You see it. Boom. You see the face?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Trying to catch it.
Use your arrow keys.
Right.
Yeah, if you pause it and then use the arrow keys, it should work better.
See, that's where if you look at it, that's when we're both our faces were combined. Like she was trying to attach herself. He or she was trying to attach herself to me. But you also got to remember this was a very old cemetery, and back then that's what they did. They wore lots of dark lipstick, and their teeth were so white. It's because if they had dentures, lots of times, I mean, they didn't have like they do today with the tinting,
Right.
you know, and they would tint the teeth and all that to make it look natural.
My husband's saying something. What's interesting is it isn't a photo trail. His head, it's never in that spot.
Oh, you mean like the shutter that you get if you move when they're taking a photo, like a double exposure?
Yeah.
Type thing?
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
not wearing. His mouth is closed, and he
Right,
ain't
right.
wearing lipstick.
That's what we're saying, Jackie. We're saying
Yeah,
that we can
it's not a
take
trail.
that and throw it out because his face was never in that spot where we're seeing her.
Yeah.
Can you play it again? So, is there a way you can slow it down? Maybe play it slower or no?
No, not without being in editing, and I can't.
Oh, gotcha.
And I got that other one, Chrissy, where both our faces were merged. I just sent that one.
See, that's so quick that
Yeah.
it happens. Let's see. I wish it'd show me frame by frame, but it's only 3 seconds.
It was fast.
So what was the flash?
That was actually
Lightning.
lightning. We just got through with a thunderstorm and it was passing. And that's a flash from lightning.
Okay.
So the atmosphere was charged.
Looking to see, so I can see the face here.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it almost looks like shadow cast here.
Now
I'm
the shirt
trying to
shows
make
double
out-
exposure, but the face, that's what throws me off.
J Max
Yeah,
saying, now look at the garage. But Jay, there was
that's-
the flash.
That's not a garage. That's actually a mausoleum.
Okay.
So, but it looks like there's shadow cast on the mausoleum.
But wouldn't that be shadowcast like somebody else? And like I said, I none of us was wearing lipstick.
There's a double image, Jay's saying, and
Right. There is a double
but in
image.
just
You
parts,
see,
yeah.
and I'm not denying that. I'm the first one I thought of it might have been a double exposure. But when we got to
Right.
start looking at the picture, the white teeth and the lipstick, you can see where my mouth is clenched. My lips are small. and I'm not wearing red lipstick, and my teeth ain't that like pearly white either.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting.
Jay's asking, whatever building that is, isn't that a partial second image?
That's where the double exposure I think came in at.
Which side was the lightning coming in from? Like
'Cause it
from
was-
behind or
Right,
in
right above
front of
us. When it lights up, at night,
you? It
lightning
was sheet
strikes.
lightning then.
Right, it was
Okay.
like all over.
Sheet lightning. Okay. Okay.
So, is it possible to have the double exposure with the spirit basically piggybacking on Howard? Is what we're saying.
Hey, J-Mac, is that possible?
Because the lips really don't match Howard's, and I ain't being
No.
funny when I say that. I'm being serious.
No, I agree with you. They're fuller too.
And this part of the arm, even though there's double exposure, there's something else here. And I don't think that's
Can you
caused
zoom it
by
in
the
more,
double
please?
exposure. Do you see how it has that overlay and how we
Yeah.
got this black cast?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the double exposure.
Actually, when that picture was actually shot, you see me, my hand is reaching over to my arm. It was because I
Yeah.
started having a pain in that arm.
Can you zoom it in some more by chance, Chrissy?
Hang on.
You were holding something.
I was holding not with that hand.
See, this is the area I'm talking about.
Now, I don't know what's actually in my hand because if you look, my shirt comes down.
And if you
Yeah.
look right here, this almost looks like a shadow figure as well. Peeking around.
Yeah, it does.
It's not a shadow cast and it's not double
No.
exposure. This is something else too. And that could be coming from the mausoleum. I don't know. That's as big as I can get it, Emmy.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. That's because I want Jay to check it out, see what more he thinks of it. Hi, Beth. Hi, Jenna. Hi, GT.
Definitely
Yeah,
interesting.
Everybody's saying, like Beth says, I see a face in the background. It's totally different.
Yeah.
That's why I keep telling people. I mean, I'm not knocking these big places where you go and do your investigations at. Penhurst, and I'm not knocking Waverly Hill. That's on my bucket list, Waverly Hills. But you can go in your own backyard and find places that are just as haunted, if not more active.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my Polaroid and go across the street in that field.
Even J-Mac just said, wow, now if you step back, it looks like a total different fit. What? Oh, hold on. I guess Jay's got something. Okay.
And I've just sent you 2 more pictures. That was on our front porch.
Yeah, he's saying it's not a double image, and this is coming from a person who, his career is photography. I'm going to send this to you, Christy.
Okay.
This is what Jay did.
You see if you can see it. It's got the head. I don't know if you can see my thing, but you got the head right where the circle at the very top where the little knot is. You go down right there. Slow down. Right. That's the head, and you can look where it's kind of like arched down, and you got the legs that come out. There's a chair that sits right there on my front porch. A wrought iron chair that I built when I was in high school. And you can actually see it sitting on our front porch. And me and Jackie were in bed. Remember that, Jackie?
Yep. And his sister-in-law called and said, "Hey, is Howard sitting?" No, he called you, right, on your phone. She said, "Are you sitting outside?" And he's like, "No." She said, "Well, somebody's sitting on your porch." And she was like, "Okay." And she took the picture, that picture right there. And we wasn't outside. She took a lot of pictures, like at the windows and everything.
Yeah. We've had faces out of windows. This place is active. It stays active.
Okay, I sent that picture to you. Did you get it, Chrissy?
Yep. Give me half a second. I'm gonna
Okay.
post it. I just got to move it from that chat to the chat I'm in with Howard, so I don't have to stop sharing.
Oh, got it. Well. Hey, Thomas. Welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Okay.
Thank y'all for joining
No hype
today.
for Jenna.
Okay, that's what Jay sent.
And his wording to me, he says, that's not his face, not his jawline, not his lips or chin.
Right. Exactly.
Just like
Mhm.
it was like the spirit was piggybacking on him, right?
Yeah.
It's a shutter.
I know.
I have my own shutter.
Interesting.
I couldn't believe at the end of that movie, like he was like in a psych ward and he was bent over, and I thought maybe he was depressed or something. But when it snapped the picture, you could see the girl on top of him, literally with her knees on his back, and I'm like, oh my god, I guess spirits can really do that to you.
Now I'm gonna send you a picture of one of the photos that we had in front of the house that was talking about all the orbs and everything that was out there.
Yeah.
This one picture. This one picture speaks 1,000
I like that
words.
one. That's amazing right there.
Is
That's it.
that's it?
Now, if you look, you blow it up in the back there, you can actually see a portal opening up. That's the one that we was focusing on. You see the orb right there where it's pointing at the orb. Right below it, you can actually see a face, and it has 3 horns that reach backwards. And if you follow it down, that's a leg that's actually extending downward, and that's a hoof. And if you go onto the railing, you see the different colored orbs and stuff, but there's a disembodied hand where it's circled where it says disembodied hand or claw with claws. And I have the original picture I can actually send to you also. See that with comparison.
Dude, that was freaky.
And then of course you can go back by the bird bath, and there's a strange mist that was actually coming up out of the ground, a dark
I see
black
a
mist.
face. I see a face. I can't talk. I actually do see a face.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
That's a portal.
It looks like 2 eyes right there.
That's actual
Yep,
portal.
right there. Yep.
And then of course we got the bird bath. If you go down below the bird bath, you can see the mist, the black mist that's coming up out of the ground, emanating out of the ground.
Oh, wow.
That's what I thought it was too, J Mac. I thought it was a large orb, but it's not. It actually, when you start blowing it up from the
Yeah.
first original picture, you can actually see the swirl mist like to it. There's a whole bunch of orbs that's all, and you see some orbs coming out of the ground. If you look in the background, you see like little dots. Those are little orbs and stuff that was actually coming up out of the ground.
Jay's thinking the black mist is a tree shadow.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see it going all the way up. A shadow.
Because where the angle was actually taken of that picture, the tree, the shadow would be actually going back towards that other oak tree that's in the back back there.
True. That's true.
Interesting.
Now that thing that's on the roof, every Sunday morning, we would hear stuff running across our roof every Sunday morning. It'd be about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You'd hear something just run across from one end of the house to the other end. And people would say, oh, no, that might be a squirrel or raccoon or, for something. And if you know your animals and stuff like that, you can hear definitely two different sounds. You can hear a four-padded animal compared to a two-leg individual or whatever. This was
There
definitely
was
two.
there was no lights because everything was dark. I think they took it with a night vision camera, didn't they?
Not this, no.
with
No.
it with a flash.
It was with the flash.
Okay, so yeah, then the tree, the shadow would be on the opposite side, not. I see what you're saying.
I mean, it wasn't completely dark out, but it wasn't
But there was no
wouldn't-
lights in front of our house.
right. You could still see and everything walking around and everything. It wasn't completely like pitch black where you couldn't see your hand in front of your face.
Right. But I mean, like, if you come to our house now, we got a light on one side, a light on it's like lit up.
Yeah, why is it lit up, Jackie?
I'm scared of coyotes.
You ain't scared of guy.
Okay, I'm scared of his brother coming out making noises and making me scared. He does
Lord.
that. I thought I heard a coyote one morning and it was him over next door making noises. I'm like, really? He said, you was scared. No, I wasn't scared. That was you making noises.
No, Jaden, there's no light to our left. It was a flash coming in, so the shadow would have been behind the tree.
That was
See, that's what he
interesting. I
does with
mean,
my stuff. He will go through and he'll try to find everything, like the
Well,
light.
no, that's good. That's part of being a paranormal investigator. You have to
Debunk.
be skeptic. You have to be skeptical.
Yeah.
See,
It's
he
just like
lives-
what we did last with Friday night. We was all on the
Yeah.
show Friday night. You seen what we captured on it, just on the
Yeah.
show.
yeah, that was awesome. I watched it. I was like, oh my God.
Right?
That was awesome.
And he looks at like the whole thing where I will listen, and if I see certain things, then that's what I'll focus on. But somehow he does the whole, his eyes like just scans the whole thing
Mhm.
while he's watching videos. So
Wow. I saw his eyes get big. I'm like, why is his eyes getting big? And then I didn't even see the orb come up. I saw it, but I was like, nah, I don't know. I thought that was part of our hand, because it happened so fast. But when I was watching his eyes because his eyes was like going like this. I was like, wow. And he said, wait a minute, I think I saw something. I was like, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
But that was an
Yeah,
interesting topic that we did tonight. I mean, you can't debunk none of that too much, can you?
I mean, anybody can debunk anything and say that they don't
Yeah.
believe it. But for those who have experience in the paranormal field and believe in spirits and the ability to see them and capture them, yeah, that's pretty irrefutable evidence in my
Yes.
perspective.
So that's what you call ghost photography.
There you go. There you go.
it's pretty cool.
Trying to capture images of ghosts and other spiritual entities. That's what I'm
Well,
always
and
trying to do.
Gabriel.
so here's what I'm gonna say. Howard kind of made mention of it earlier, but it's super important that when you are on paranormal investigations, take control photos when you get there. Photograph your walkthrough or whatever. That way, when you do catch something during the investigation, you already have a control photo. You know where the lighting's coming from. You know
Yeah.
everything. And then you can compare.
Yeah.
You can also set your camera to take bursts of 3, 4, 5 photos. So is it in all 5? Is it in just one? Is there something in the control photo that could debunk what you're seeing? Just keep that in mind for paranormal investigating. And I know sometimes we're out and about and we're snapping photos and we don't even know what we caught because we weren't on an investigation. And then you're like, holy crap, look what I got. But if you are investigating, have control photos.
Yes.
Now, see, Thomas, whose story of Dory, he was a skeptic too, and stuff until certain things come up. Yeah, he was a hardcore skeptic, and
That's okay.
unfortunately, the things we didn't have a camera running, and that kind of sucked because it was a full on. His brother came through and was talking to him, and he asked his brother one thing that only him and his brother would know. And when we said it, it was correct, and that's where he's like, "Oh my God!" So
Yeah, it's profound.
All right, everybody. Our time's up. And thank y'all for coming and joining us on Hey Boo. Thank all my co-hosts and everything. Thank you, Howard. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you back next week. Thank y'all.
And I believe this is my last show for doing Hey Boo. We'll get with the ladies later on and figure that out. But yeah, I can't because I want to launch my upcoming show, Hey Dude.
Who's
he
gonna
was
be
saying that for
co-
like 3 months. No,
Wait a minute, you haven't even found a co-host.
Yeah, I did.
Who?
I got Jason. I got Matt. Possibly Scott. Scotty.
so it's Hey
Ernie?
Shit Show, not Hey
How
Dude.
about Ernie? Yeah, Ernie.
Ernie's be doing his own show.
Yeah, that's
we're talking
right.
about that now, and we're talking about that right now. So
Uh,
You got to look at the schedule.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you back here next week on Hey Boo. Bye.
Bye.
Not gonna run away.